Hi, I'm Isabel.
And I'm James.
And we run a small family house flipping business in North Hollywood. And we'd like to share with you some of our experiences with their joys and challenges. If you don't know how to navigate the housing market during a pandemic, or you'd like to buy a new house to expand your family, or get more room for your kids,
Or get a yard for your dog.
or you want to start a house flipping business as well for hobby or to increase your income, we have some ideas and tips for you.
It's a pretty complex business. There are a lot of steps, and sometimes it's hard to have to drag two kids around with you when you do it. But it's very doable, and even with a full-time job or even a very demanding job, you can still find time.
Yes.
We actually had full-time jobs when we started.
We started, yeah. People ask us all the time, how did we start this? And honestly, we don't remember who came up with the idea, which I know it's a bit infuriating, but I remember that I was a college professor and you worked in marketing,
Yep.
and all of a sudden we dived into something that we just had no idea how to do. Yeah, why don't we tell them something funny about all the property? Funny.
Okay. Denny, well, I almost got jumped in the front of Denny while I was putting out my open house signs. And then the police came and they had these two guys splayed out across the sidewalk for 2 hours while everyone was coming to see the house. Then Delvina, oh yeah, normally we flip houses, but Delvina flipped us.
Yeah.
And we didn't make any money. And because the city of Pasadena, the permit for a guest house, or as we call it an ADU, is $27,000, and it's only normally about $5,000 or $6,000.
I mean, that could
for
be
the
a
city of Los
profit
Angeles.
sometimes.
Yeah. At Ensign, which was our former primary residence, when it was for sale, someone broke in, slept in one of the bedrooms, and stained some of the furniture. So we had to throw away some of that stuff.
What happened next? Oh, the shooting.
Oh, yeah. So during the buyer's home inspection, there was a shooting across the street. And the police showed up, and there was a helicopter, and then the buyers showed up.
And we walked to the buyers, and we had to come clean and said, we're really sorry, but there was a shooting right there. And they're like, we don't care. We live in Hollywood. It happens every day.
Oh, at fair, remember, you were so sick, you were just throwing up.
I mean, I don't just do that as a habit. I was pregnant with Elizabeth.
Yes.
And
so I was sort of the project manager on that one, and I wasn't as good as you.
the next property was coming out right as the pandemic was hitting. And we all freaked out because we had no idea what was going to happen. It was new. We were all very freaked out.
Flipped again.
And we're finally going to make some money. So we put the house on the market at a little lower price, and it sold in 3 days.
Asking price,
No
great
open house.
family.
Yeah, wonderful. The property we'll talk about in the next few episodes is our 11th property. And we purchased this property twice, I think.
Yes. Yeah, we did buy it twice. So the house came up in March. And we wanted multiple offers, but then the next day the market crashed and we got scared and we backed out.
Yeah.
And then they took it off the market.
We didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, they took it off the market. And then 2 months later they bring it back up, and I called. I was like, hey, will you still work with us? And so we got it. The second time around we got it for $14,000 less.
Yes. So we got this house, and tell them about the plans.
Okay, so this house, currently it's a 562 square foot house. It's very small, and we're going to add on 1,100 square feet to create a 3-bed, 2-bath plus an attached 1-bed, 1-bath ADU, which is like a guest house. And
this means it has vaulted ceilings.
yeah, it has vaulted ceilings.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah, architecturally, it's gonna be the most beautiful house we've ever done.
So we did the asbestos test.
Yeah, so before you can do construction in Los Angeles, you have to check for wherever you're gonna demo, you have to make sure there's no asbestos and no lead-based paint. And if there is, then you have to have it removed by licensed professionals.
Also, I'm obsessed with plants. So at Khalifa, you'll see we dug out the plants. We went there and we saved all of them, and they're right here at our house in pots and ready to go back in the ground. So as promised, we'll tell you a little bit about some of the challenges and how to overcome them. For instance, at this property, we already have a huge challenge, which is the permits. Normally, it would take
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, and what's happening now?
Now it's 3 months because of COVID, because the Los Angeles Building and Safety Office isn't open. So instead of just going stamp, 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 stamp at each desk as you present the plans, you have to drop it off and then wait for it to get picked up. And then you go pick it up again, and then you drop it off again.
Here's the trick. You can email your designer or architect can provide you with the email for the city, and you can kindly email the inspector or the person in charge, the supervisor, and ask kindly when the plans are going to be approved. And sometimes you get a good response.
There's another trick I learned. When you drop the plans off, you put in an envelope full of money.
It's not true.
And it gets approved immediately.
That's not true. Yeah, so for instance, this morning we were supposed to actually film the demo because we were going to get the permits last week, and we planned to demo on Friday or Saturday or Tuesday, which is today. We didn't get them yet, but we decided to do this interview this morning, and I want to hear what you think. Are we going to get them today, tomorrow, this week? Thank you so much for watching us. We're super excited to take you on this journey and learn about flipping houses together and overcoming obstacles.
Check us out at Instagram and Facebook at Stone Farm Enterprises and www.stonefarmenterprises.com. See you on the flip side.
What was that?
That's funny.
Okay.